Imagine spending 50 grand on your property, only to find out later that the county makes it difficult to build the kind of dream homestead that you wanted to. It happens a lot more than people would like to realize. And one of the biggest things I've learned after living off-grid for years is that a lot of people buy off-grid land backwards. Look at Mal and the baby horse. I understand why this happens to people. They look for ideal land, picture perfect. They listen to real estate agents. They believe what they're told. And it just kind of seems obvious. If you want some land, go buy the land, right? I have this solar tracker, and I have it kind of just fenced off lightly, just a rope around it to keep the horses out. But she just likes to walk right through there. Silly girl. So what a lot of people seemingly miss is the county. The county owns an enormous amount of your future success, and a property line is just a simple mark on a map. But the county, they determine what you can build, where you can build it, if you need permits for it. They'll decide what kind of foundation you might need, what infrastructure is necessary, and if living there at all can really truly become practical. And that's why I always say to start with the county and not the land. It's because two nearly identical pieces of property can turn out to be completely different. One may yield absolute results while the other could be completely opposite of fruitful. You know, one guy might buy a piece of property in a county that's pretty lenient and makes life pretty livable. And the other county could provide nothing but years of stress. Permitting, inspections, zoning, restrictions, these things can really make or break a piece of property. And that's where the stress starts. They're starting to wonder if they can even make it work. Can they legally live there? Can they build there affordably? They might start to ask themselves if water is realistic. Is road access going to become a problem? Will the county be cooperative? And will the property even support the life that they had imagined? Come on, guys. Helga. This is where people start to lose money and time and sleep. And the worst part is when you start to lose momentum and maybe even confidence. So the truth is buying land is not the first step. Research is, and that realization changed how I look at off-grid living. And really, the 4-step system I talk about is just the checklist I wish I had when I moved out here in the van so long ago. Step 1 is to research the counties that fit. Step 2 is to look for land that's within that county. Step 3 is simply doing due diligence. And step 4 is to finally build your frugal, practical homestead over time. You can do all this while reducing uncertainty. And because honestly, most people are not looking for information. Information is freely available all over the internet. The real problem is understanding what matters first. And that's what systems-based thinking helped me understand after all these years of trial and error out here. You can work through this entire process freely on my website. It just takes more time to piece all the information together. And for people who want the clearest, most organized version of everything that I offer, that's what the Frugal Off-Grid Path is for. No matter what path you take, I genuinely believe this. If you start with the county first, you'll dramatically reduce the chances of making costly mistakes later. And if you want to start working through the system, step 1 is in my bio.